Hello, my name is Latricia Renee and welcome to my channel. Today we're working on a little piece I'm calling Summer Smile. So this piece was actually inspired by a Sailor Moon picture that I am absolutely in love with. It's her with angel wings, and the entire picture is done in just pinks and yellows, and it's really pretty. So I wanted to do something with a similar effect. And I found this textured background a while ago. And I do really like including textures in my pictures, especially watercolor textures. I think it just gives it a little more, I don't know, something. Anyway, found this texture and I decided to use it for the base of my picture as the background, and you'll see it kind of influences the whole picture, including the color palette, which I pulled directly from the texture. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about my previous video and specifically some negative self-talk that was in that video. I mentioned not being very good at drawing hair and noses, and I mentioned that it's one of many things that I'm not very good at. And I just wanted to touch on that because I don't think that I should be talking bad about myself on these videos. But at the same time, it's really hard because I am very insecure. I am still kind of a beginner, still learning. I used to do art on a regular basis, but I haven't been as much lately. After that hiatus, I became extremely depressed and my health wasn't very good, and I just completely stopped drawing altogether for like 2 years after that. And even when I did start picking it up, it wasn't very consistent. I still felt like I didn't have any reason to draw. I mentioned it a little bit last time. One of the reasons why I wanted to do this YouTube channel was to get back into drawing regularly, and part of that for me is having a goal to work towards. This piece I am very happy with, hair and nose included. I think I did a pretty good job. There are a couple of mistakes I still see, but I think that's going to happen regardless because I'm still trying to rekindle my artistic talents. I wanted to try to counteract some of my negativity from before with some things that I think that I am good at in drawing. And it's actually really hard for me to come up with something. It's still difficult for me to compliment myself, particularly when it comes to art, because I am still learning, and it feels like, well, if I say that I am good at faces or something like that, then it's really easy for somebody to narrow in on that and say, well, actually you did this wrong. And so it's really difficult for me to come out there and say, well, this is something that I'm good at. Like I said, though, I am extremely happy with this piece, how it turned out. I think it might be one of my new favorites, in fact. I just love the colors. I love her pose. I love basically everything except for those few minor flaws that I mentioned. I'm not going to specify what they are, however, because I'll let you guys pick it apart if you want. So this is pretty much the end of the sketch. I'm going to get started into inking here soon after I clean up a few details. Yep, here I am lowering the opacity so that I can start a new inking layer. Once again, starting with the eyes. This time I did actually draw the pupils in from the get-go. I think, I'm not really sure what my problem was with doing the pupils before. I don't think it looks that bad here. And I wanted to see if I could get her looking at the camera, sort of, the viewer rather. I don't think I quite pulled it off. I'm not really sure where she's looking, to be honest, but I don't think it looks bad. So, throughout my life as an artist, actually, I have had many of these gaps where I stop drawing, usually because I get frustrated with my current skill set and I feel like I'm never going to improve, and I just give up and abandon art for a little while. But it's something that I always come back to. It's something that has always been there for me. And it's something that I know, regardless, that it's always going to be a part of my life. I'm at the point now where I don't give up just because of my bad skills anymore. I know that if I want to get better, I got to keep pushing forward. And seeing how far I've come since that 2-year gap that I had recently, oh my God, you guys, my art was so bad when I first started drawing again. It was awful. But I knew that if I wanted to get back to where I was previously, I'd just have to push through it and keep trying and figure out what wasn't working. It was like relearning how to draw all over again, but luckily, in kind of fast forward, it didn't take, years upon years to rebuild my art. So that's good. Oh my God, this pencil keeps doing that. So I like to use the Tinderbox pencil for my inking. It's got just the right kind of texture that I like for my inks. But if you hold the pencil at a slight angle, it has these sort of, it comes out super thick and it makes kind of a splotchy look to it. So you'll see every once in a while I'm drawing and it'll come out really splotchy, and that's just because I'm holding the pencil at too much of an angle. It's kind of annoying, but I haven't yet figured out how to go in and adjust the pencil so it doesn't do that. So back to what I was saying, I always end up regretting my time off from art after the fact, not just because I feel like my skills have slipped, but I always think about where I could have been if I'd kept going. Now, this last 2-year depression, I think, is a little bit of an exception with that, because I really had to re-find my joy with art. It wasn't so much about, oh, I'm never going to get good. I just stopped enjoying it, and I don't think that forcing it at that point would have been a good idea. Anyway, I think that's just about all the time that we have for today. I'm about to wrap up this picture here. So go ahead and leave me a comment if you're watching. Let me know you're out there, and I will see you guys on the next video.